It don't make no sense. I ain't tripping finesse. You know, tripping in finesse with my baby. Oh, finesse. You know, girl, you know we got it going on. We got it. Don't it feel so good to be us, baby? We got it going on, You know it, you know it.
99.9 WEFM. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so we are back with you for another another day on Activated Mornings program here on WEFM. And this is Roleza Samuel, and in studio with me, as usual, we have Dianna, Cain. All right, normally at this time, we were expecting commentary from Mr. P. John, but unfortunately, he will not be providing us with any commentary today. All right, so hope that everybody is doing just fine. For those of you stuck in traffic, it's the best radio station to be listening to at this time. All right. We're going to calm your spirits. All right. Hopefully we're trying to calm your spirits. So yeah, hope that everybody is doing just fine. School children, be school children. Go to school and learn well. All right. Otherwise in life, you will catch real hell. If you don't know that song, let your parents tell you about it. All right. Or your grandparents for some of you. So yes, hope that everybody is doing just fine. And we are back with you for another day here on WEFM. Dianna, good morning to you.
Good morning, Roleza. Good morning to all of our listeners. We are here to bring you a little bit more vibes today. Of course, remember, you can always call us to be a part of our program. And I do hope that you're going to have, in fact, you know what? I don't hope. You are going to have an amazing day, at least from now till 10 o'clock.
You know, we say that. I wonder what persons who come in the shifts after us be like, oh, so they ain't encouraging anybody else to listen to us? No, we encouraging you to listen to the whole program in our WEFM, all right? All of it, all right? So while we end at 10, you know the jamming and the information and everything else continues from 10 right down to 10 tonight, actually. Yeah.
I think this is our second.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you doing?
I am fine, and you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I understand that you're saying that Mr. Pigeon will not be in for his commentary this morning because of circumstances.
Yes.
Well, I'm currently at the airport, so I want to use this spot because I might not be able to call at 7:45.
Oh,
okay. On the Eastern. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Right. Something last week, during the course of last month, I heard members of the Royal Celebrating Police Force, in particular, the traffic department, speaking about some changes that they were going to make in the Stony Ground area, where they're going to have a shift of the traffic going towards Evergarden instead of coming towards Kingston. And some signs should have been placed. I'm wondering if the signs was placed. I'm also wondering if the Commissioner of Police were informed by the head of the traffic department about the changes that they were suggesting to make. It creates some chaos because some people didn't know that the traffic was changed. So people were trying to get to and from Eleven Garden when they claimed that from Wednesday the traffic would only be allowed from Mackey's Hill to Eleven Garden over the issue of a time period between 7 and 9:30, and that did create some problem. And the traffic department know how important traffic is in Kingston. They have a program here every morning, they have a program elsewhere, and they give information. And I get the impression that the plans that they had to make some changes during the period, it appears that the Commissioner of Police didn't sanction the changes of the road signs and things like that. And I was told by somebody in the traffic department that he instructs that these signs must not be placed and things must go back to normal. So it appears to me that from listening to a particular police who is in traffic department, there seems to be a level of not sort of communication between the commissioner and the traffic department head is not making the commissioner know what are some of the plans. So I was told that the commissioner called and said, take the signs down because the authority from the traffic department tried to get things done without informing the commissioner of police. Well, a police who watches what should know that the commissioner of police is the final buck when it comes to making changes in law and regulation. And if that is really true that I found out that they have a breakdown in communication between Superintendent Brown and the commissioner in relation to what should have took place last week, Wednesday, leading up to today, it's really sad. And we as motorists were confused because it was said here, it was said there that there will be immediate changes in the 11 yard area coming to Parkland and places. And you should have seen the traffic the other morning. Place black up because nobody don't know who has the authority, and people who know traffic know that you have to apply by the issue of signs, and placing signs in certain different areas is what helps to deal with the easy flow of traffic. So I just want to hear what some person from the traffic department who's going to do the traffic stop next, if they will say the confusion that took place on Wednesday the last couple of days. Is it a lack of communication between the commissioner and Mr. Brown, who is in charge of the traffic department? And recently when Mr. Brown was on holidays, I found out that Mr. James was in charge, and then we see a hype of activities, and then the commissioner says that he's providing some time period for motorists to get their vehicle up to order. When I look at what was taking place with Mr. James, it appears that he had an no-nonsense attitude, and the commissioner come and say, well, hey, you have to give the motorists some time to adjust them vehicles. And that tells me that there's a breakdown in communication between the rank and file and the commissioner of police when it comes to traffic in St. Vincent and Grenada. So I don't know if they are listening and they can respond, or you can probably quiz them to see what's taking place in the 11 yard area in terms of the traffic that is. I'll have a wonderful day and talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Kingsley, have a good and a safe one today. All right, so that was Kingsley providing us early this morning with his commentary. Normally he comes in at 7:45, but he took the opportunity this morning to call at this time because he may not be able to do so at the usual scheduled time. All right. All right, so before let me just touch on what it is that Kingsley said, right? So Kingsley said that there may, or in his opinion, or maybe from what he has been told by someone else in the force, that there is a breakdown between, or there seems to be an apparent breakdown between the commissioner of police and the head of traffic. Now, I do know that when we had Cop Chat, it was ASP Brown was here and he made the announcement in terms of the route that the traffic was going to take at that time. And that announcement was made almost like 2 weeks in advance, if not more, but at least 2 weeks in advance. So the information was out there on social media. It was out there on Facebook. I think there were news articles that were done on it. So for me to hear that the commissioner may not have been aware is interesting. All right, so we have a call. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Yeah. Just listening to Kingsley, but I wonder how much people will take Kingsley seriously. He's just showing, as old people say, showing
Sprat.
fish to catch worms. Because where all police will give Kingsley information that there's a breakdown with the commissioner and Brown. just like how he usually do on the political scene. So I don't think anybody will want to take things serious on that, and the police in their own time will come and say, well, we were trying out this route and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So the police will do their publication in the fullness of time. That's my take on it.
All right. And I do agree with you. I agree with the last part in that. And as I started saying yesterday, I didn't get to finish the point because, okay, Colin, you could probably hang up. I just continue after you've hung up.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one.
Yes. Okay.
All
right.
right.
All right. You too.
Right.
Yeah.
So as I was saying yesterday, I believe it's really and truly a case of the police were trying something. All right.
Yeah.
They were trying to see if there was a way to alleviate the traffic or the buildup of traffic that comes particularly from the windward side, because the windward side is really and truly where there is a lot of traffic congestion. So in my opinion, they were trying something, and in realizing that it's not working, they had to revert to what was happening before. And this is why it is that I'm saying that I cannot mock the police. I would not laugh at the police. I would not think of the police as being incompetent, because this situation is more than just about the police. This situation has to do with the influx of vehicles that are coming into SVG, the influx of vehicles that have to come into Kingstown on a daily basis. All right. And part of it, again, as I started saying yesterday, we see that this traffic buildup happens, especially around the end of the month. And sometimes I do wonder, is it a case where everybody or those persons who are coming into town need to come into town at that particular time? Is it a case where maybe some employers need to be able to structure the way in which persons work? Instead of everybody possibly starting work at 8 o'clock or 8:30, or, persons have to come into town even before then to be able to try to find parking. Is it a way that now there has to be a holistic approach with regards to this traffic situation, more so on the windward side, rather than everybody trying to come into town for the same time? Do persons have to come into town end of month to pay bills? How many persons are actually trying to see whether or not they could use technology? To this day, people are still trying to come into town to go to Vilneck, to go to water, to pay their bills, when you can actually do some of these things online. And if you can pay those things online, then maybe at some point later on in the month, then you can make payments to the other things that may not be as time bound as maybe those bills that you feel are going to be cut off. So, it has to be a holistic approach, but I am not going to be mocking the police officers for trying to see what they could do in this situation.
Yeah, I feel the same way when I saw it. I didn't expect that persons would laugh, but then I should have known better, because all I was thinking, well, they are trying to get the traffic to flow easier, or try to work something out for persons. But the thing is that we, as humans, we really are selfish, and we do things selfishly, because we would see things like this, and then we would put blame on the police, like, you driving your vehicle. Were you not aware that we had all this traffic before you bought your vehicle? If you are going to see that it's a small island and everybody wants to have their ride because it's convenient and whatever, for whatever reason, make up your mind. This is the reality. Like me right now, I'm seeing the situation. I don't plan to buy any vehicle, but if I did, I had to make up my mind, girl, there is traffic. Don't go buying a vehicle because you want to say you have one and then come here complaining about traffic. You knew this before you got one, right? So we're just going to continue to think selfishly. I don't think we should continue talking about this traffic if we're going to continue buying vehicles. What do we expect? They're not flying in the air. So if you're going to see the country is already crowded and you make that conscious effort to go and get a vehicle, make up your mind to be in this situation, because what are we gonna do? Drive over the water?
Yeah, but really and truly, there needs to be some sort of plans at this point in time for how it's going to be dealt with. Because when you see like seasonal times, like when Carnival comes around, and all of the persons who come in back home for Carnival to enjoy Carnival, but use a rental. Imagine you're meeting people who are trying to come into town for whatever reason on top of the rental situation. So, I think part of us, we also, and I was also making the point of, maybe we do need to have a shuttle approach, right? Park your vehicle somewhere, you take a shuttle, you take a van, you take a tuk-tuk into Kingstown. There has to be something that we're going to do. We also have to consider high-rise parking at this point in time in Kingstown, because this street parking situation is also what is also contributing to the traffic congestion that's in town as well. So there has to be a holistic approach to it, and I am not going to rest all of this on the police officers. All right. So with that, we are going to head into traffic talk. All right.
Oh, wait.